Since I was a young man, I always walked to the beat of my own drum. I was never a follower. I could care less about what other people were doing. And that led me to be a pretty successful manager. Because I just wasn't timid. And when I would have to hire people, we did fundraising for nonprofits, so it was all telemarketing work. People would have to come in and I'd give them a script and they'd have to read it to me face to face. And that made a lot of people nervous. So the ones that I thought were timid and I knew they could do better, I would take them out into the parking lot. And this was a shared parking lot between about 4 different businesses. Actually more than that. There were 4 buildings. And I would make them scream at the top of their lungs. I used to do it in the office, but that would interrupt all of the callers. So I started taking them outside. And we'd get out to the middle of the parking lot. And I'd say, scream as loud as you can. Now, most of them didn't do it. Or they'd be like, and they just, it was an uncomfortable situation. It was awkward. So I would have to do it. And I would scream loud. I'm talking loud. And it would startle them. But I'd tell them, now it's your turn. And they would start off, and I was just like, nope. Really let it go. Get it from down here and just let it out. I was like, nope, let it go. And they're like, and I'm like, yes. Yes. Now, how do you feel? And they're like, most 9 out of 10 people who actually did it were like, oh man, I feel good. I'm like, I know, do it again. They do it again. I was just like, now how do you feel? They're like, I was like, now let's go back in and read me that pitch. And it was night and day. They took all of that tension, that fear of judgment, that fear of criticism, that fear of, oh, what if I don't do a good job? And they let it go from their gut. They let it out. And that's kind of what I wanted to cover today, was in this business, to be our authentic self. I don't know if it's scary, but it's sometimes you fear the criticism, to be your authentic self. Well, what if people don't like me, or what if I just can't drum up enough business of people who are like me? And one thing that I knew helped, because I've done it throughout my whole life, is anytime I would get into that timid, that like too much chatter up here that was trying to keep me from moving forward, I'd just yell at it. And that's actually how I became called Daddy Abundance. Is for those of you that don't know, my nickname is Daddy Abundance because I always closed my meetings with abundance, and I'd have everybody in the room raise their hands and we would all scream abundance. And that's how my office did so well. I mean, we made a couple $1 million a year with just 30 to 40 people. And our office was the highest office for a number of years. And so I just kind of wanted to bring that out. If you wake up and you're just not feeling like you're on top of the world, get it out. Get that fear out. During your day, find a spot that you feel safe and just let it out. Or don't. Go out into the middle of the street and just yell. People might look at you weird. Who cares? They don't know any better than you do. And if nothing, maybe if they may have a word to say, so what? Just scream again. And I guarantee you, man, they might give you some weird looks, but they're going to be more afraid of you because you have the courage to do something they don't. And what that's going to do is get you out of your head. It's going to get you from here out. And suddenly you're going to become this tiger, this tigress. Because you're no longer going to have that fear. It's going to be gone. You're going to let it go. You're going to release it. And when you release that out, oh my God, you're going to feel so much better. And you're just going to be like, oh my God, like, why haven't I been doing this? Well, because we only know what we know. It's just I've been doing it for a number of years. So try it. When you're feeling timid, you got that little uncertainty building up. Ah! Let it out. Get it out of you. Do it again. Do it as many times as you have to. Just get it out. And suddenly you're just going to be, oh yeah, I can do this. Yeah, so give it a try and let me know how it goes. Catch y'all later.